Hey everybody, welcome to our Sunday evening Zoom call, and I am super excited that you have joined us tonight. As it turns out, we're going to have one speaker, so maybe we can discuss something else after that. We'll talk about the habit of health after that, but I'm very excited to hear Denise's story because Denise has posted some great pictures, and so I wanted to hear what she was doing and what the secret was. And so we're kind of going to do this interview style, if that's okay with you guys. So Denise, nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
So tell me again where you're from and what you do.
I'm from New Orleans. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, okay. And how old are your kids?
12 and 7.
All right, then. And did you do anything before kids? In your previous life?
Yeah, I have always worked, and it's been a variety of jobs, from a visual in a department store dressing all the mannequins to jewelry appraisals, plumbing companies, refrigeration, kind of a good at many things, master of none.
You're a Jane of all trades.
Right.
That's good. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your health. So before you started the program, what was the reason why you finally got on the phone that one day and called the health coach and said whatever you said to her?
Actually, the reason I got on the phone and called the health coach was for my husband, Michael, which you may have seen post in the group. He had decided to get or try to get a $500,000 policy, or maybe it was $1 million. I don't remember. Anyway, the nurse comes out to the house, takes, weighs you, asks you all those health questions, whatnot. He was 315 pounds and 6'3", and he got denied because he was, obese and borderline high blood pressure and borderline diabetic. We had driven to church one day, and he had a drunk moment where he was and so that was the sign of probably a sugar crash or something. And so we knew we had to address those issues. And so we called Marie Cruz. I had spoken to her tentatively before. We ran into Christina Carr this is going to be a little long.
That's all right.
We ran into Christina Carr at a Mardi Gras ball, party for a king of a Mardi Gras crew. And she was a whole person smaller. And I've known Marie since she was a teenager and had seen what she was posting about. And like I said, had kind of tentatively approached her about it before. And when we saw Christina and spoke to her, and knowing her husband was a doctor and that she was on the law board, and she said, well, I'm doing that thing that Marie is always talking about. And I was like, okay, we really need to sit down and talk to Marie. So Michael actually bought the food. And about a week into it, I felt like joining him so that he felt like I was supporting him, being a part of it. I thought, hey, if I lose this extra 15, 20 pounds I've gained since children, then great, and then I would be really supportive in having the meals with him, and he would just feel like somebody else was in it with him. And gosh, it was wonderful.
So it wasn't even on purpose in the beginning that you started.
No, it wasn't intentional at all. It was all about him. And then, like I said, I joined in, and probably, we had to make our second order pretty quickly because I ate half of his food. But yeah, so the benefit, for me doing it was secondary. Primarily, it was for him, but we both gained from it, so that's awesome. Mm-hmm. He's lost 65 pounds since he started in January.
Oh wow!
So
I didn't even know we could be featuring his picture. It's probably posted in the group there somewhere.
He's not taking many before and afters. Michael, come say hi real quick, please. I threw that please in there.
That was very good. I like that.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, you don't have any before pictures to show us?
I do have some before pictures, and I did take a 1 month after picture.
Uh-huh.
And I've tried not to focus so much on like the scale victories, but more so on the overall feeling.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about your non-scale victories. Tell me about those.
My sleep is better. My energy levels are better. My overall mood is better. I've actually been so much more energetic that at first I was injuring myself because I was able to take stairs 2 at a time instead of 1 at a time and then take a break.
Yeah, he overdid it. He had so much energy, he overdid it a little.
Yeah.
But overall, just my overall mental and physical well-being is out the roof.
And so how long? You said you've lost 65?
I'm right at about 65 pounds in a little over 5 months.
Wow. Outstanding. Congratulations. Very cool. So I love that a huge part of what we focus on is this support. This and this here picture is a prime example of that. You know, all of us here on the Zoom call together. Mm-hmm. And I love that you're not focusing on the food, because I just call that the magic food. It works great. But what are some of the habits that you've changed, maybe, that you've learned along the way?
The biggest thing for me was the proper eating every couple hours, and what you're doing now, the water. Learning that a lot of times when I thought I was hungry, I was actually just thirsty.
Right.
For my whole entire life, I've ate 1 big meal a day, and that was supper. I want my meal at night. And still to this day, I have my lean and green at night because I want my cooked meal at night.
Right.
And I go the whole day without eating anything, and sometimes without even drinking anything. So,
which really frustrated him because he couldn't figure out why he was 315 pounds and eating only once. But that was actually part of the problem.
Isn't that so true for so many clients that we meet along the way? They don't get why they're not losing weight when they aren't eating very much. And I'm like, well, that's part of what's happening is
absolutely.
The reason breakfast is called breakfast is because you're breaking the fast that just happened all night long. And if you never give your body any food, the proper food in the morning, then it doesn't know, oh, okay, I can start burning calories again. It doesn't know that.
Right.
It's still trying to let you sleep through the day.
Yeah. So, and the portion control and I've tried just about everything out there, and I've even gone as far as, asking some friends of mine that are very fit, whose life centers around staying fit and having those 8-pack abs. Mm-hmm. And I've even asked them, what's the trick? And they're like, oh, stay away from the stay away from bad carbs. You got to eat good carbs. I'm like, okay, what is that? Oh, well, No, I don't.
No, I don't.
And, so that's what I'm getting out of this plan.
Learning how to eat.
Is learning how to eat and learning what to eat, learning what not to eat.
Exactly.
And how often. And it's becoming a habit. And that's what I'm enjoying the most. It is becoming a habit. My body will let me know. It's gotten to the point. Beginning of the plan, I started setting an alarm for every 3 hours to remind myself to eat. Uh-huh. It gets now where my body lets me know 5 minutes before the alarm goes off, and it's kind of like that alarm that wakes you up in the morning. I just wanted that 5 more minutes.
Hey, I'm starving here.
Yeah.
Right. So. That's very cool.
Same for me. Same things. I learned more about food within the first few weeks of this than I had known in my entire life. Just what a portion size really looks like. How much of a difference drinking water can make. That pain for hunger is the same for thirst. Your body doesn't have a buzz for water and a ding for food. It's all the same feeling. And so address with water first, and then see how you feel.
Yeah. I love that you guys are doing this as a team. I just find that tremendous.
My dad joined in too. He lost 20 pounds.
So how much weight have we lost in your whole family so far?
20, 65, 85, 105 between the three of us.
Wow. 105 pounds.
My father was with us as well.
And how old is Dad?
He's 63.
So there's usually this misconception that, you can't lose weight if you're a little bit older. Dad's 63. Pam
Nope,
over
that's-
here. I was gonna say Pam over here in the pink. How old are you?
Well, I'm 68 now, so I was about 65,
And how much did you lose?
36.
And
That's
how?
awesome.
And you've been maintaining?
Yeah, I put a couple of pounds on over the winter, but we're working on that, and I'm working on lifting weights now. I'm gonna be.
Are you really?
I'm gonna be buff. I'm gonna be mean when you see me in Austin.
That is scary because she's my roommate in Austin.
Are you really working out?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm doing arms right now. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to be as strong as Michael Smith. No. At 65, you lose 10% of your muscle mass every decade, and I figure I started out at about 110, so now I'm working my way down to my age and trying to do a little bit more. Yeah, I'm working on that, and I've got. I had broken my ankle, which is what started me on this journey. And I had just been retired a year and broke my ankle. And sitting here, I'm divorced, have no kids. And I said, hey, I don't want my retirement to be like this. I was a middle school band director for almost 40 years. And through a mutual friend, Trish and I got connected, and the rest is history.
Well, bless your heart for dealing with kids.
I think it should be going for them for having to deal with me.
For me, children are kind of like farts. You can kind of tolerate your own, but other people's, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Kids are different. That's for sure.
I helped out at the nursery this morning, and I looked across the room. Yeah, so we had 9 babies, all under the age of 1, and everyone was screaming. I looked across at the girl. I said, can you send out an SOS and call for reinforcements? Because even the babies that usually weren't screaming, when they were put into this mess, then they started. So it was fun. So Denise, tell me about this. Let me see, your quality of life now compared to before?
Okay, so I'll tell you, and this is the reason why my dad decided to start doing the plan. So prior to Take Shape for Life and the foods, my day would kind of look like get the girls on the bus, go back and lay down in bed because I was lethargic. I felt tired. I felt exhausted. Maybe sleep till noon one and then get up and get a bunch of stuff done around the house so that Michael wouldn't be like, what did you do all day? So, and it was work. I would get everything done. It was, it was functional somewhat, but not entirely pleasant. So about a week or 2 into doing the plan, as directed, not wandering off from it, I realized I hadn't taken a nap in I hadn't even thought about going back and laying down and going to sleep. So I was like, tomorrow I'm going to get X, Y, and Z done, and then I'm going to lay down and I'm going to take that. I couldn't do it. I laid down. It was like, well, this is futile.
I'm not
which
talking.
was a wonderful thing because I had energy. Put it to you this way. If somebody told me you could have, okay, now it's come to the point where you can only have the energy or the weight loss, I would take the energy over the weight loss. Hands down, because I wasn't particularly uncomfortable with my weight. Although I do realize now I told myself some lies, like I don't really like swimming. I don't need a swimsuit. That wasn't really it. I just didn't want to put on a swimsuit. We can convince ourselves of certain untruths, can't we?
Yeah, it was the whole swimming suit situation.
Right. So, so if I could have one or the other, I would take the energy over the weight loss. Hands down, because that was, I was expecting to lose weight. You're spending the money. They say it works. It sounds like it makes sense scientifically. I expected that. What I didn't really expect was this incredible energy surge. And so thrilled about that. And even happier that I get to have both. I get to have the weight loss and the energy. I don't have to pick one or the other. I get both. So that's awesome. And I started exercise. Now, I want to be clear in case people look at my page or friend request me. You'll now see that I am TRX qualified instructor. That's a suspension training thing. It's those yellow and black straps you might see in a gym. TRX qualified group instructor. I'm teaching my first class this Friday. I started working out after I lost the weight. I think if I had tried to work out to lose the weight, I would have both failed at the diet and the working out and quit both.
Yeah,
That's right.
The way I did it was the way that definitely made a difference in how it worked for me. But with all that extra energy, I was ready to start doing the exercise and expend some of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've embraced that as well. So this has been wonderful for me all the way around.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because I was thinking back to, I've been coaching now for almost 6 years, and the clients who have struggled or they find that their weight loss has slowed, many of them have continued to work out, or because we're so trained to think you have to kill yourself at the gym to lose weight. And
Right.
it just doesn't work out that way. And so it's amazing. Or if their job itself is too physical. Anne's on the line here tonight, and she has an extremely physical job, and that's been an issue. But it caused me to think back over the years of the people that I've been coaching, and the ones who have either, oh no, I'm going to keep working out, it'll be great, or they can't help it because of work. That's been the situation most of the time.
Right.
So what happens is that when you modify the plan, then you're going to modify the results, and then it's not predictable. That's one of the beautiful things about our program, is that it is a predictable program.
Well, you can't really know how many calories you burned in that workout, so you can't know what you're needing to replace for sure. So that kind of puts a little bit of guessing in something that otherwise is formulated to pretty much work.
Right. Like magic. You know what?
I didn't do any exercise until after I got to my goal weight, and then I needed something to work towards, so I started walking. I can't run because of my back, but I started walking, and I participated in some 5Ks, and then this year I decided I was going to do a little bit of weight training to build up some muscles. And I take yoga too.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had a good yoga instructor in the area. I really want to learn to get some flexibility.
Yeah.
Although the TRX is helping with that as well.
Mm-hmm. I attended a training in San Diego yesterday, and it was interesting to me, and it made me very proud that most of the presenters, a majority of the presenters yesterday, people just telling their story and sharing their experience. So they've all lost weight on the program. Probably more than half of them were doctors, and almost the rest of them were nurses. So everybody was a health professional, and one of them just became a global director. She was our speaker here a couple of weeks ago. She just became a global director, but she is the director of the Wellness Institute at the hospital down here in Rancho Mirage, which is next door to Palm Springs. And through their program, they have been able to, because it's predictable when you follow it, they've been able to affect so many lives. And what I want you to think about is the ripple effect. I would encourage you to share this video once it's up, because I always post it after we're done. I would encourage you to share that with everybody in your world who you think might need it. Or you never know, just put it out there and see who, even the people that we don't even know, need it. Because we don't know. I looked in that room yesterday, and Greg Rex was the one talking, and he's been with Dr. A for 15 years now, so from the very, very beginning. But there was a huge representation of our team there. Karen was there, Jamil was there, Becky was there, and the room was jam-packed, solid. It was standing room only. So it's pretty exciting when you think about stuff like this. So Denise, would you say that this program has changed your life?
Absolutely, yes.
And when you started it, when your husband started it, was he just starting a diet, or because don't most of us think we're just starting a diet?
I was just starting a diet.
He was just starting a diet.
Because he couldn't get life insurance any other way.
Right. No, well, I mean, he had some, but it was a wake-up call in regards of just to how his health had decreased, declined. That was the word I was looking for. So it was kind of like that, all right, I really need to do something about this moment. And so, yeah, for him, it was that he had tried other things to no avail. we had argued about some of the things he was trying because I didn't feel that they were healthful ways to lose weight. Because if I thought, if you do, because we either one, when you quit taking that, well, then what have you learned?
Right.
You haven't learned anything, so you're going to probably gain the weight back. Or if it makes your heart race, then, maybe you lose the weight, but that's probably not good.
Yeah.
So we had, but he wanted to lose it, and so it had been a struggle. For me, I had never dieted before in my life. I had never restricted what I ate in any way whatsoever. So yay for me that the first time I tried anything, it was this, and it was just kind of great. The food was good. After the first 3 days, you learn so much so quickly and easily without having to think too hard about it. I kind of fell into Wonderland on the first try. So
good job.
yeah. And so, and for him, the result was so immediate and satisfactory. I mean, when he's a man and he was much bigger to begin with, so he lost really, really fast. So what was it, 3 days and you had lost 6 or 7 pounds or something?
9 pounds first 3 days, 26 first 12.
26 pounds in the first 12 days he dropped, which I know most people don't get that result.
Right.
So
but he's a man, so that's
right. That's what I say. He was a man and he was much larger to begin with. So, but even those first 6 and just the first 3 days, well, when you see that, you're like, even if you're still unsure about it, you're really willing to troop on through because it's hey, well, it's working though. I'm still not sure if I love this, but I know it's working, so let me stay the course.
Exactly.
And so and that's huge for us. I mean, it's 6 years we've been trying a variety of things, So
absolutely,
yeah, I think it changes significantly.
Yeah, that's so great. I love that. Does anybody have any questions for Denise or for Mike, since we've got him right there in the background? Anybody?
You want this chair, babe?
Nope.
I'm
camera shy.
There we go.
I just told her I'm camera shy. She thinks
Welcome to
my
our
support
team.
group.
Welcome to our team, Mike. See, we are all here together, and that's one of the beautiful things about what we do. Is just this whole supporting each other is just the best. And so I appreciate you guys being on and sharing your story. I'm glad we got 2 for 1 since my other speaker backed out. So I'm glad to hear both your stories. It did work out. I'll go back and change the title. Well, he said hopefully he will be able to share next week. So that's the plan.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you ladies.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. And we do this every Sunday. So come on back next time. All right. Everybody have a great week. And I'll talk to you later.